Explorer, you can snap the data by spatial location and also spatial range, generate a summary table and a comparison tables for those that generate the data. So we have about more than 6,000 variables in the China for every administrative unit, at province level, city level, county level, even the township level. So those data cover the government statistics, population census, economic census, and also land use data, and also lifetime live data. So compared from remote census data. So this is an example of the trend analysis. We can find how the Chinese population structure, business structure, industrial structure has been changed over time and across the different regions. This is the China GeoSpore. You can use those the index to make the map at province, city, county, or township levels. You can export those data maps to the PDF or JPG files. You can also export all the digital maps into the GIS shape files. So the China Data Online, now we can see there are many the new features, functions of the China Data Online with the recent the new technologies. We are continue to improve our web data service with the new technology, and so that can be compatible with different platforms, different browsers, and then you can always also even use that not only on the computers but even in the tablet or in a cell phone, where those even the data service we provided are pretty advanced and spatial, non-spatial, but the way the users can get the data, can use data, are still in the traditional approach. So it's an issue how to make the data and much easier for more advanced studies. Like for many users, for advanced studies, they will probably like to process the data for all China, for all the records. But due to the restriction by the technology, by the web browsers, the users cannot download say everything in a button, or download say all the township of China. We have more than 50,000 townships in China, or we can download say several thousand variables in one button. So that's not there's kind of the barrier there with web browsers. So now, we need to find a good way to provide a new platform. So the users, they can get full access to the source data, not only the source data, but also the data from probably other vendors. And also not only the data, the user probably also need to have the good tools for those data analysts. So we have been offered the training workshops and to the faculty student at different places. We find one of the big challenges is many the faculty and students, they probably don't have the tools, good tools for their data analysis. Or even we can, got some or get some tools or get some support from some tool vendors. Then their PC, their computers may not be compatible with the environment or the software. So there are always some issues. Another big issue is probably we have some faculty students, they are interested in the workflow to process the data.